They say teamwork makes the dream work, but what happens when the whole team goes down at once? Well, I had a really different blog planned for today, but unfortunately we have been hit by the current virus that everybody seems to be getting, and so my voice is super croaky. You'll just have to excuse that, and I have some coughs, but other than that I'm feeling way better. Unfortunately now my big kids have gone down with it. We're a huge believer in passing on the skills that the kids need to be able to do this sort of thing themselves when they're older. In fact, to be able to do it while they're younger as well. And so because of that, we kind of team effort most of the animals, and the kids feed a lot of the chickens and the ducks, and in fact even the kuni at the moment, themselves. And they've taken that responsibility on, but of course when one member of the team goes down, everybody has to come in and help. And when most of the team goes down, the one that's recovered gets to go do the work. Often people ask me, how on earth do I manage to homeschool the kids and run a farm and run an online business? And the answer is, it's not as hard as it seems, especially now that the kids are bigger. When we first moved here, the kids were quite a bit younger. In fact, my now 7-year-old, I think, was 1.5. These chickens in here we're raising as a landrace flock. So they're actually a real mixture of breeds, but what we're trying to breed for is being able to basically live off forage and scraps as much as possible, and to lay eggs really well, and hopefully to raise their own. And some of them are super pretty. The girls took on raising themselves some mini lot rabbits in a way of making some money for themselves, and so they took on feeding those. And then my number 2 daughter, who's now 11, fell in love with chickens, and she's just gone completely chicken crazy. And so now they have different batches of pet chickens, but also she's asked if she could take on feeding our main flock of chickens as well, which has been such a massive change for us in the morning as grown-ups, because the kids go out and feed pretty much all the animals. Of course we still check up to make sure that they're being looked after well, but we're not having to do that day-to-day constant feeding. The kids have taken on that responsibility themselves. They let us know when an animal's not looking well. They're really good at maintaining the worming routine and that sort of thing for the chickens. And they've learnt so much that they even process some ducks for us. The girls themselves taught the cousins how to do it, and processed 24 ducks and put them all in the freezer all by themselves. In fact, they even made the killing cone that they used. They made me so proud when they volunteered to do the ducks. I'd said to them, because we've been trying to get this place ready to sell, I said to them, I don't know when I'm going to get these ducks done. They desperately need done. And Tali was like, well, what if we did them? I was like, really? Yourself? And she was like, yeah, we could do them. And so Captain Confidence, her and Chloe rounded them up and did what they needed to do and delivered me 24 plucked ducks ready for the freezer. Now our kids all have their own skills and their own strong abilities and their own real interests. I'm all about leaning into those abilities and interests and letting them develop those further. So my eldest, she has developed a love for animal skins. So she bought herself some possum traps, and she worked out how to trap possums and how to process them, and so now she also has become quite skilled at tanning the hides naturally. And then number 2, of course, she's crazy about chickens, but she also loves to garden and she loves to cook. I'm giving her as many opportunities to help out in the garden, do those sorts of things herself as well. And then number 3, Micaiah, he is all about helping, and he is all about building stuff. The other thing he loves to do is leave his stuff lying around and playing spies and ninjas and sneaking around the place, which I suspect is why these are lying around. And motorbikes. He loves the motorbikes. He's also only 7, so there is a limited amount that he can do, but it's surprising what he can do. We bought him his own drill, so when we were putting together the garden beds, I would drill the holes with my cordless drill, and then he would use his cordless drill to put in the screws. It's really fun to give them the opportunities that they can help out and feel like they're really accomplishing something. There are some days where we all tuck in and get some jobs done, especially if we've had mulch delivered or compost. It's all hands on deck to get it done, or if the animal sheds need cleaned out. Not that that's anybody's favourite job, but unfortunately they all need done sometimes. Do your kids help out on your farm? Do they help out around the backyard, in the garden, or in the kitchen, or feeding the animals? Tell me your story in the comments down below. I'd love to hear how you view kids getting involved with things around the place and teaching them sort of self-sufficiency things and how you go about it. Are these just some ramblings from someone who's been sick and is struggling with coping with kids that are also sick now? Or is this something that strikes home and makes sense to you? Is there something that maybe you might do differently? Tell me about it. I'd love to read your comments and I'll do my best to reply to them. I've had a few people ask how the new property is going, and as they say, good things take time. Unfortunately, it has taken a long time for them to process the survey pegs to go through, so finally our closing date I think is next Wednesday. So I'll do an update video closer to then, probably actually on next Wednesday. In the meantime, we've taken like 12 trailer loads of junk, all useful building resources from here that we've had stored up for other projects that we had in mind, and we've taken them down to my parents and basically done a fair amount of tidying up. We've run our first open home, which nobody came to because I didn't realise it was actually a holiday weekend. So we've got 2 more this weekend. I should be well and truly well by then, although I may still sound croaky and terrible, so we'll see how that goes. Basically the plan is we're waiting to sell here. There are some things we can get started on over at the new section when we finally get it. The bulldozer guy is all booked in, so I need to organise to go and meet up with him there. And so it is all go, it's just all very slow, especially until we sell here, which goodness knows how long that's going to take. But if you know anyone that's interested in 10 acres of a homestead, please let them know. We've also spent a lot of time obviously cleaning the house to make it look like this, which is how it could look, but it's not how it looks when 4 children live somewhere, especially when their mother's been sick.
Ooh. It turned black too. I think these 2 are ready.
It's white. Yum!
Is it delicious?
No.
You want some more?
No.
Are they quite sour?
No.
Are there any more that have gone black?
No. It's more.
No, that one's purple. See?
Yeah.
It's not black. Oh, hello, Panda. This is Chloe's little chicken panda, and she is quite old and she's not very well.
So we have brought her up here sort of in isolation. Whoa! We've brought her up here in isolation away from the other ones in case whatever she has is something they can catch, but I suspect it's just old age. There you go, you put them in there for Panda too.
Oh, nearly. Yum. She like the greens.
I have had a request from a certain noisy toddler for some popcorn.
Beanie.
What do you say? You say, I need popcorn.
Get the popcorn. This one, a popcorn needs popping.
The popcorn is talking. And then a favourite topping in our house is chicken salt, of all things. We are going to enjoy a snuggly day in front of the fire, probably having far too much screen time, and snuggling in with blankets and recovering from what has been.
Mommy, too many popcorn on my blanket.
Too many popcorns on your blanket.
Yeah.
Poor Chloe.
And I'm going to sit on the couch, probably being sat on by a toddler who is toilet training with no pants on. So it's like playing Russian roulette, but with a fully loaded cannon. I will sign off here and leave you to your day, and I will see you in the next one.